guys, we're in Magic Kingdom for the day. We want to see how much of the park we could do in just one day. I'm David.
I'm Sydney.
And we're annual pass holders. We don't typically come for the whole day, but we wanted to see how much we could do, just like if we were visiting.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to Magic Kingdom. We're pass holders like we mentioned in the intro, but we actually have early access today. So we're going into the park right now. We are getting our Genie Plus reservations set up, and we're getting to the front gate so that we can go in when the rope drops and go straight for the rides that we want to get to. We also already got our Tron virtual queue reserved, and we'll show you guys how to do that a little bit later on in the video and kind of show you around the ride and what to expect. As you can see here, the first thing that we made a beeline for was the Buzz Lightyear ride. This might not be the ride you thought we would go for, but instead of going to Mine Train like everybody else, this doesn't usually get too busy off the bat. So we start here, and then when everyone leaves Mine Train from the initial rush, we can always go back.
So one of the first things we always do in the park is go to get coffee. Today we ended up going on the Buzz Lightyear ride first just because we had early entry. Tip for you guys is to not go to Starbucks.
Yes, that line was 30 minutes long, and we just opened the Joffrey's line.
Yeah, as you can see,
Joffrey's.
walking up to Joffrey's, nobody here.
Someone's happy.
We're still in our early entry. Got the coffee. We're gonna go try to do Mine Train before it gets too crazy when everyone gets in at 9.
Yes, we're walking right now from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland, so they're right next to each other. Super easy to get if you want to go to Tron first and then go to the Mine Train.
Also, just to mention it, the way that we're doing the early entry, we're actually staying at one of the Disney hotels tonight. But since we're staying tonight, the day of your stay and the day after your stay, you can get early entry into the parks.
It's very important to know that. So it's for more than just the one night you stay. Teacups are my favorite.
We'll be back for those.
All right, so we just got over to the Mine Train, and it's 80 minutes. So I think we're gonna do something.
We're gonna change our
else.
day a little bit. So we're gonna go back to Main Street, regroup, find another ride that we want to do. We're gonna try later in the day. Sometimes after the initial rush, it's not so bad. So we'll come back and try it again.
So we actually just decided to go to Thunder Mountain because it is supposed to rain later today. So a good tip is to look ahead, of course, at the forecast for your day, Disney day. And if it does forecast some rain, try to get all the outside rides done first. 5 minutes. All right, so we just got off Big Thunder Mountain. It's a really fun roller coaster. It's actually very nostalgic for me because we would go as a family, and my sister and I loved that ride. We would just ride it over and over again. It was just our absolute favorite.
You can tell we're in Frontierland still because of the banjo music and the harmonica in the background.
Good little tip, ride it at night if you want it to feel a little faster. It's just the dark, I don't know, it just makes you feel like you're going faster.
You never know what you're gonna see in the parks.
Someone left a
Be
shoe.
prepared for anything.
So we took out all the audio for this ride except for one little snippet of a meow. We just loved it too much to get rid of it.
So we're just getting back into Tomorrowland. Our group has just been called. We're at Genie Plus reservations to go and ride Space Mountain.
We've heard that it can be useful and can also be a waste, so we thought we'd give it a try today and see how it works out.
Yeah. So it's our first time ever using Genie Plus, but we'll let you know what we think.
So we just got off off Space Mountain, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but we realized we did not do anything yet today. So we're going to go get us a big cinnamon roll at Gaston's Tavern.
After that, we're kind of waiting around for our group to be called at Tron. We're group 36, and we're on 27 right now.
So we did Space Mountain, and it is a lot of fun. It's a little rough ride, that's for sure. It's an older ride, but again, it's a classic, so you kind of have to do it. And we did use our Genie Plus entry on that, so the lightning lane was really worth it. We could have had to wait 45 minutes, but instead we walked on. So right now, Genie Plus is looking like it's worth it.
Yeah, so far. But yeah, you can definitely tell we rode Space Mountain because I feel beat up. I mean, if you want to compare it, go ride the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot, and then immediately come do Space Mountain after that, and you will see it's just a huge difference.
Now we're gonna eat our cinnamon roll because it looks amazing. Look at that.
It's huge.
It is.
Yeah, we went over to Gaston's Tavern, and we'll be going back for LeFou's Brew later on because that's one of my favorites.
Oh yes, so good.
We've done a lot so far, actually. We're surprised.
Yeah, it's only like 10:20, and yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, we've already done Buzz Lightyear, Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain. I mean,
Haunted
we're looking
Mansion.
at Haunted Mansion we
Yeah.
were able to do, and then Tron we should be called in the next probably 20-25 minutes, so it should work out pretty perfectly. Thoughts?
Very good. It has a maple taste to it with the icing.
Yeah.
So definitely a very good breakfast option. And you can feed like the whole family with this.
That's true. I bet that could be a family of 4 right there getting a snack. I could have finished that whole thing myself if Sydney wasn't here. The cinnamon bun was so soft, perfect amount of frosting. I don't like it too sweet, but it was great. So not enough for a family of 4.
No.
Unless you all just want
it
to
could
bite.
be a nice little snack for multiple people.
Yep. So we're heading over to Tron. See you guys in a second.
If you don't feel comfortable leaning over on a bike, there is alternative seating. You can ask the cast members to seat you in the back, and you would be sat upright instead of having to lean over like you're on a bike.
After our group was called, we had to wait in line for about an hour. So just because you get in the virtual queue, it doesn't mean you'll be able to just walk right on the ride. You still might have to wait.
There are 2 opportunities you will have to join the virtual queue. Your first chance to join the virtual queue is at 7 a.m. the day of your park visit, so make sure you are ready to get your reservation in the Disney app. At 6:55, make sure to confirm your party in the My Disney Experience app. At 6:59, you should constantly refresh the screen for the virtual queue to make sure you get your reservations right at 7 o'clock. If you do miss the first virtual queue, you will have another chance at 1 o'clock after you enter the park.
Just so you know, you can bring your phone with you on the ride. Everything else goes in a locker, but you can just get it right after the ride and they're provided free.
We just got off of Tron, and
Yeah,
wow,
just got done.
it's a very thrilling ride.
It's
That's for sure.
a very intense ride also, just so you know what to expect. It starts fast, the ride itself is over pretty fast, and it's just very intense. As you come off these dips, you can feel it pressing against your chest.
It reaches 60 miles an hour, so just be aware if anybody gets like sick or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of
It
the
can be a
more
little
intense
intense.
coasters here, so if you're not a big fan, maybe you want to try some other ones, wait for your family while they do it.
Ah, the famous spring rolls. We got one of each. Right now they are offering the pastrami and the hamburger spring rolls. They are our absolute favorites, so you have to go to the spring roll cart if you're in Magic Kingdom.
Here we are, another lightning lane, skipping another 45-minute wait. We forgot to mention that the virtual queue for Tron really takes about an hour to get through. So just so you guys know, when you're planning your day, you don't just get right on just because your group has been called, because that can really make or break some plans in the day.
We got done with Pirates, just did a mobile order for Casey's Corner right across the way, and got some corn dog nuggets. We found a shady spot in one of the courtyards where you could view the fireworks later on, and we're just gonna kind of hang out. It's getting to be the hottest part of the day. Try and look it was a little bit longer than we expected, so gonna kind of regroup right now and figure out what we want to do.
So we just made a lightning lane reservation for Ariel's underwater sea adventure, so we're gonna head on over to that.
This ended up being the last lightning lane of our day because we left the park around 3 to check into our hotel. We used the lightning lane for Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, and this ride. We were ultimately able to skip 2 45-minute plus wait times, which allowed us to relax and enjoy our time in the park without feeling rushed. We could have made at least 2 or maybe 3 more reservations using Genie Plus if we would have stayed until park close. If you are trying to ride as many rides as possible, then Genie Plus really does make a big difference.
Keep in mind that the Genie Plus uses surge pricing, so the cost changes day to day depending on how busy the park is. We can say that it was worth it for us to pay $18 per person to have access to the Lightning Lane reservations, but if you go at a very busy time, you may have to pay more depending on the time of year.
Okay, so we just finished up our second trip to Gaston's Tavern. Got the LeFou's brew. Favorite thing in the park, maybe besides the egg rolls, they're close. We're heading over to the train, gonna ride around for a bit, and then head out.
This refreshing drink is made with frozen apple juice and topped with a delicious mango marshmallow foam.
So this train has been closed for a very long time. I actually remember when I was a kid going to the parks with my parents, they would purposely wait until we had walked around for a little bit and get on this so that everyone could take a rest, and I'd inevitably fall asleep.
This tunnel we are going into actually goes under Tron. This is the reason that the train was shut down for years as Disney worked to finish the ride.
Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed seeing inside the Magic Kingdom.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you at the next one.
See you at the next one.